Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Terraria. No, I haven't changed worlds. Well, I have, but I'm not giving up on the old one. That's the first thing you're thinking. If you don't recognize it, this is the world I went to for my Crimson special, where I was showing y'all about the Crimson. Let me pull up my map. I've done a little bit of looking around. Got to the ocean on both sides. Here's the Crimson that we know and love. There's another Crimson over here that I haven't even gone to. Saw some Sky Islands. Let's see what else. Dungeon. Did a little bit of dungeon browsing, and went to Hell. Did the whole length of Hell, searching for voodoo dolls, like voodoo demons. Couldn't find a single one. Loaded up one of my old worlds that like pre-hard, like before hard mode existed, so pre 1.1, and well, just started farming the voodoo demons, or not pre 1.1, but pre 1.2, back before like the changes. So while hard mode existed, but yeah. Anyway, I was just like farming it for a little while, and I stacked up a lot of demons. I probably spent about 6 hours farming it, and I'll show you more. I'll show you how many voodoo dolls I picked up when I get back to my main world. But first off, uneven water it's been annoying me, because uneven water I fall into. But okay, what I was talking about is, if you notice, there's a Sky Island right above me. Well, on my world, or the main world, it's a large world. So you saw how I had to build up a couple hundred blocks. Well, here is Sky Island for this. I can reach it by jumping. If I get to a good little hill, let's see here. Let's try this. I go up enough. Yeah, I can literally just kind of skim. Looking for Sky Island without it needing a sky bridge or anything like that. So if you're going to go Sky Island hunting and you have wings, it's pretty safe just to go to the just to go to a small world and just look for a Sky Island. The main reason I went to the dungeon was to get her. It becomes a little difficult to summon guides, or not guides, but to summon merchants after your first world. You have to build houses and do a few other things, and it becomes a little more troublesome than your first world, where it's standard progression. In this, you'd have to actually go back and take time. So basically, I just went and got her from the dungeon because she's the easiest shopping mob to get. I currently have two, let's see here. I want that gone. Sorry, it's bugging me, this whole thing. There we go. I mean, if it's gonna clear out this whole area, it might as well clear out that whole area, right? Okay. Now, if you remember the Wall of Flesh, it was actually, hell, it'd be about 10 episodes from now, or ago. Or, no, 9 episodes ago. So, I'm going to go ahead and get up here a little bit, get some distance. I'm going to take the thing out pretty quickly, so I don't really have to, but it's just habit, I guess. I'm talking about it as if I could totally stop it, because it's only a habit, but I'm not. Also, you notice there is... Well, there's big empty spaces near the end of the world, like that don't have a lot of buildings and stuff to jump over, and I'm thinking that'll make this a little bit quicker on my part. Might not matter, don't know. So yeah, just give me a second to get over here. Hey, look, there's a voodoo demon. I'm gonna go ahead and take his doll, just because. And there's another one. Yeah, as you can see, voodoo demons are one of those, it's weird. Half the time, they spawn, like, they don't spawn. Like, you can load, like, of course, it's not the world, but, like, just every once in a while, you'll sit there for hours, and they won't spawn. And other times, you'll sit there for 20 minutes, and you'll have a dozen of them. So I think I got like 100 almost. Like I feel like 100 voodoo dolls. Maybe it's closer to like 60 or something. But okay, as you can see here, there aren't any more buildings. If I look on the big map, there aren't any more buildings at all for the rest of the hell. Just makes it a little easier. I don't have to worry about dipping and dodging through them. So let's see here. Let's just go ahead and throw that. Hey, I summoned the wall of flesh. Okay. Simple enough. Now that I have my new spells, wall of flesh is almost nothing. In fact, I'm just going to get this spell. Get up close. And just bounce it on the ceiling above him. So, they do take multiple damage. I did check. You do take multiple damage if it goes through you multiple times. Or they do. You don't, because you're superhuman. Anything good? Just a laser. So yeah. I believe that means this world should have just entered hard mode. Huh. Like, did you see anything at the bottom that said it entered hard mode? I didn't. That's a little disheartening. Am I too amazing to go into hard mode? Or maybe I actually do have to. You can see here, I got a laser. On the, like, one of the other times I beat him, in one of my little, one of the worlds I made to farm the, demons, like, if the voodoo doll drops in from the demon before you grab it, then there's a pretty good chance that it will summon the wall of flesh. It doesn't always, awkwardly enough, but usually it does. So, I actually got a giant sword and a wall of flesh trophy. So I will show you that as soon as I get back to my world. Or as soon as I get back to the main world, I'll show you those. Just gonna go ahead and sell all this stuff. Yeah. So it doesn't look like I'm in hard mode yet, which is a little disheartening, but we can fix that. I'm trying to remember where an altar would be. Normally there are I know for the corruption there are normally altars around in and around the corruption. Pretty much you saw when I got there, they were like all over the ground above the shadow orbs. Oh, apparently I am. This is a herpling. Supposedly it's not supposed to mean herpes. It's supposed to mean like herpa-derp, because you have the jungle spawn derplings. You remember those, the stupid bugs that hop around that kind of piss me off? Yeah, the reason that people think that they mean herpa-derp together is because they share the same AI structure. So, I'll go ahead and break that. Oh, sweet, you even saw that one just spawned right there as I broke it. Palladium, Orochium, and Adamantite. So, have one of the old, two of the new. Not like it's gonna matter much. I'm not really planning on farming a lot here. Like, I'm not really gonna farm here. So, just kind of showing you that's what these ones look like. Here's an ice tortoise. Didn't actually know they existed. But looking at the AI, I'm guessing they do the same as a tortoise. This is a... Hey, I'm talking here. Stop shooting me. This is a floaty ghost. As you can see, I'm hit by Ichor, which lowers my defense. This is an Ichor sticker. Yeah, those things will actually mess you up if you're not careful. Because, well, sorry. Because of the way they attack, they lower your defense. I'm gonna go back and fight that guy because he shot me and it hurt. It hurt my feelings, so he shot me. I don't have a nurse in this world. I could get one, but it would take a little bit of time. The original way to spawn a nurse is by gaining extra health. I believe you can spawn a nurse just by picking up a heart and like trying to activate it if you've already maxed out your health. But I'm not sure if that's still the case or how that works. Now I'm actually going to get serious and actually play a little bit because I just got killed by a simple mob. That kind of annoys me. Okay, so you can see here, pick up the Ichor. Sweet, I got a merchant. I'll go through here a little bit, get some more Ichor. Oh, you're not what I want. As you can see, there's also a blood jelly. It's a jellyfish specific for the Crimson. I believe it drops the same as just every other jelly, which would be a glow stick. Souls of Night are the same for the Crimson as they are for the Corruption. So you don't really have to worry much there. And as you can see, just like in the Corruption, by killing 3, I can still summon the Brain of Cthulhu, even though I'm in hard mode, which means the normal mobs are actually harder than the Brain of Cthulhu. So I'm just gonna kill him real fast. Where'd all those drops go? There we go. Dead and done. Pick up the flesh sample and all that. Now, as you can see, it reduces my defense, which means I take more damage. In this game, defense is pretty much a standard trait. A defense is a defense so there is no specific magical or melee defense or anything like that. Let's see here. Do I have that ability? Yes, I do. But okay, I've never seen one of those before. Apparently that's Paragon, which is a mob, obviously, but okay. Got a bit of Ichor. I'm gonna find out how much I need. One reason I am here is to farm the Ichor, so just gonna go ahead and do that while I'm already here doing just the video. I hope you don't mind too completely. Go in here, talk to this guy. Ichor. I can use Ichor to create, well, Ichor torches, which apparently can be placed in water. Interesting little fact. Didn't know that. Let's see. Melee attacks decrease enemies' defense, so Flask of Ichor. If you remember the imbuing station you pick up from the Voodoo Doctor, that's what flasks are for. Arrows of Ichor reduce defense. Ichor bullets reduce defense, and Golden Shower requires 30 Ichor and 15 Souls of Night and a Spell Tome. This is a magic spell. I'm probably actually going to be picking this one up because it looks like it's going to be useful for my playstyle. I'm gonna hope that summons her. I could actually just go through and make like a Crimson house. That would be kind of cool, right? Well, I could, but I'm not going to. Not because I don't love y'all guys, but just because. One good thing about piggy banks still do connect you to every world you have. So if you have a piggy bank in a spare world, it will connect you to your overall, so you don't have to worry about, hey, I got a bunch of money, now I'm going to have to individually transport it all the way over there. No, it all stays. Which, actually, I'm going to go ahead and put my Ichor in there, because I'm going to be using that. It's going to fall down. Luckily enough, the falling in this one only takes a few seconds. I could actually probably end up falling asleep, falling in the other world. Huh, that's weird. Apparently my phone decided to turn itself off. No big deal, I guess. Okay, so we have a new guide, so let's go ahead and... let's not even worry about going to a far-off place. When you fight the Wall of Flesh, like, the first time you want to be kind of far off, just because of the way the Wall of Flesh works. If he reaches the end of hell before you're done, you die. I have a lot of health, so I'm going to get behind him. If you get behind him, he throws you. You saw I get a little bit of a debuff right there. The tongue, it draws me back. That used to do a lot of damage. It might have been the fact that, like, you were touching him that did all the damage beforehand. I don't know. So, just give me a second to kill him. Really? 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 Okay. This is what I was talking about, the Breaker Blade. Breaker Blade's just a really big sword. You. I want your loot. I want your booty. There we go. It's just a really big sword. It's kind of powerful, but it isn't, like, extremely powerful. It's a good... if you're lucky enough to get that your first time, it's about as powerful as, the adamantite weapons, I believe, or adamantite and titanium. Sorry, just doing a little bit of thinking to myself and dying, apparently. Get my ass kicked by a bat. That's disrespectful. This is one of the things, once the Spectre armor, things like these worms that have a lot of health are like magic to you, because, well, plain and simple, the more health they have, the more health you can feed off of them. I didn't have it pick up any keys. I'm not even going to worry about picking up keys here, because the world is simply for my amusement. Hey, look, got a new guide. Yes, that's actually what I'm about to do, is fight the guide again. I know it's probably a little depressing or sad or boring, but this is a very good way to make money. You see, I have 9 gold right now. Like, let's actually just round that up a little bit, say I had 10. Where the hell did you spawn from? That jerk spawned on the other side. He does spawn on whichever side of the middle of the world you're on. So, like as you saw that time, he spawned in that corner. But that doesn't really matter too much. I mean, he's still the same boss. But one thing you can pick up from him are these emblems. This one's Ranger. It means you have increased melee or range damage. I believe I have the fighter one, which increases melee damage already. I was kind of hoping for the mage one. Anyway, I was going to say let's go up and talk to the guide and see if we can do anything with these emblems, but I executed him. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and sell those 3 items. We'll keep that. And as you see, from 10 to 22 gold. Now, of course, that's not the average, and I did get a bunch of that from selling off those breaker blades, so I probably should have looked beforehand, but I was kind of forgetting. But, so, basically, like, if you remember, before I went down there, I had nothing, because I put everything in the piggy bank, and when I went, coming up from there, I got 22 gold. It's not a lot, but you saw how easy that boss has gotten now that I'm at this stage. Give me a second. I had a text message. Probably gonna get that. I'm probably going to have to answer a couple of text messages because there's something I've been asking somebody. It's kind of a personal question, so I'm not going to go into it to any details. But it's kind of one of those things that can wait, but not very long. So getting it done early is probably best. Here's the Crimson again. This other Crimson. Just gonna go to this one for a little bit. Probably should have went back to the other one, or the first one, because of where everything is. But hey, look, there's a chest. Nope. That was a dick move, chest. Dick move. You were supposed to be my friend. You give me loot. You betrayed me. For what? A glove? You're a chest. You don't even have hands. Huh. Kind of hoping to see at least one Icar sticker. It's a little bit weird. Basically like, yeah, I'm definitely wanting to get golden showered. Cough, cough, cough. As you can see here, this is the stone. That's the crimson block, crimson sand block, and this is the crimson cactus, I believe. It turns red. But cactus, since cactus is cactus, it turns back to cactus. And that's a dark mummy. Dark mummy is the same as a dark mummy. Again, like I said, a lot of the stuff that happens in the crimson is basically the same as what happens in the corruption, except for the instead of having like monstrous darkness and like evil shadow creatures, you have monstrous darkness and evil blood, cancer, herpes things. Okay, there we go. Two of them, in fact. And a wizard. That's pretty good. Yeah, I can buy a spell tome from him, just for the hell of it. Let's see here. Gonna give it a couple of seconds to hopefully spawn something. Now, I had someone go down here. Apparently the blood jellies actually don't drop glow sticks. No big deal. And apparently this isn't as cool as this crimson isn't as cool as the other crimson. Makes me a little bit sad. But no big deal. As you can see, there's a full-grown cactus. It's red. There actually is a few things I'm planning on doing that I probably should go back and get that meteorite, because I'm going to need lots of meteorite. And this is the ocean. Pretty much the same ocean as you are used to. Don't know why I'm going here. I'm gonna go collect some of that meteorite real quick. If you remember when we were in the dungeons, there were some biome keys. Apparently the meteorite is amazing for those. of course, like kind of like harvesting the souls. The meteor heads can be used as a farm. Yeah, basically the same thing. There is actually, though, okay, I'm gonna let one of these hit me real quick so I can show you how much damage they do. You notice they do almost their health and damage. So, supposedly, there's a method of farming them that involves wearing the turtle armor so that you get 100% thorns, and then after they hit you, they die. And because you're wearing the turtle armor, hopefully you don't die. Not exactly sure how I feel about that one. But all in all, the idea of farming meteor heads for... Basically, you sit there and hope after 1,000 meteor heads that you get the key. I'm not going to be recording that, no offense, but you don't want to see me just sit there throwing light discs into a wall for an hour. That's actually how I used to farm meteor heads for souls. Is I'd make kind of like a room, like a little box that was a couple big, put myself in it, and then just start bouncing light discs off the walls. It was very effective, and it worked. Well, that's exactly what effective means, but still, it was very effective. It did what it needed, but was a long and irritating process. It was even long and irritating to the people doing it, so... How are there still meteor heads coming? One thing I am going to have to look into is getting the different, like, I'm going to have to farm keys here as well as in my other world, because apparently there is a crimson and a hollow chest, or a crimson and a corruption chest, and they appear in all dungeons. So every dungeon will have at least a crimson chest, a hollowed chest, somewhere in them. From what I understand, the hollowed chest actually will have has a thing called a rainbow gun. Don't know what that means. Well, I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what the rainbow gun does. But it's a magical weapon, so it kind of sounds like it's up my alley. Let's see here. I just picked up 300. That should be pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and deposit those. Gonna put all that up in there. I'm gonna sell this stuff because I can. Actually, I can put these in there as well without worrying about it. Yeah. Okay. One thing I do need to worry about a little bit is this world doesn't have a guide anymore, which means I can't farm walls of flesh on it, but I can still do that at my main world. You probably don't want to watch me farm the walls of flesh. I do apologize about that. But as you did see, it is since he is a very powerful monster, but at the same time very weak, it is very efficient. It's kind of like just summoning either like the Eater of Worlds and just sitting there mushrooming. Because as you saw, like with the Brains of Cthulhu and the basically the same as the Eater of Worlds, I think I was able to show you one of him recently killing one. I hope I got that recorded. If I didn't, I do apologize. This is a Crimson Slime. kind of like corrupted slime, except it doesn't burst into babies, and it, again, just looks like some type of cancer. I'm actually just gonna go ahead, like, after I'm gonna sit here for a couple of seconds, or a little bit, farming this one. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the dungeon. I just kind of want to show you the dungeon, because if I read the dungeon right, it should have some different things. Like, I mean, it's still a dungeon, but there should be some new mobs in it that we haven't seen before. And I'll show you like why I think that when we get there. I also kind of did something that I'm hoping might have changed some of the mobs. What's in here? Chests. Okay. Not really going to be going through these chests for now. I might come back through and just kind of mow out the trees, because, like I said, I am going to be farming for at least one key of Crimson, or a Crimson key, or whatever it is. I don't know if those will work like Shadow keys, where one is enough to open everything, or like Golden keys, where you have to have a billion of them to open a single chest. So I guess we'll find that out together. Actually, I'll probably sit there and farm till 2. I don't think I recorded it. I put 2 red ice. You can still see them, like it's ice, and that caused the Crimson to grow here. That happens. That's pretty much how the Crimson and stuff grow in this world. So I just kind of put that there as so I could kind of, well, one, I could see if it grew like the corruption, and I could kind of say, hey, be sure, be careful, blah blah blah. Let's see here. Now, hey, it's Bone Lee. Let's see. This is the hollowed chest, I believe. And okay, as you can see here, there are some different banners. I put this banner and this banner up. This banner is what causes the Hell Legion, because this is the Legion of Hell whatever banner. Ooh, golden key. Sorry, that slime's always drops a burning or a key, so it is kind of worth going after. But okay, for example, this banner right here. Is the Ragged Brothers sigil, which means it summons the Rusted. That is a diabolical. The Diabolicals have a chance to drop a staff, similar to the Necromancer staff that I picked up. That, honestly, I'd really want, because as you saw, their attack is kind of powerful. But yeah, as you can see, apparently placing banners doesn't change it, but that's the Diabolical compared to the Necromancer the Necromancer banner that we've been seeing all the time. It's a little weird that they're not spawning. It might be because I haven't gotten to progression in this, so they're being a little easier on me, which I don't completely object to. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. Maybe do a little bit of farming off cam. Because, yeah, as you can see, I do still need some more Ichor. And, well, sometimes fun to farm, especially stupid stuff. Here's the Crimson Key, or the Crimson Chest. If I do get anything good, I will obviously jump on and tell you. That right there, over there, was the Jungle Chest. I'm trying to think of how to say this. If I see something interesting, I will get on and get on to show y'all. So yeah, don't worry, I'll be doing another episode soon. But I think I'm at the stage again where I'm needing to farm and do some certain things. At least in this world, I could probably go up against Plantera like right now, but we'll talk about that a little later. So have a nice day.